On behalf of Randstad, I am delighted to invite you here this morning to greet you here for our first Women Powering Business Forum here in the U.S.
If you have a passion for something, much easier to be successful.
Those businesses that have women on board far outperform on the bottom line.
Men and women bring different qualities to leadership, and that's why a blend is best. I'm pulling support from, and I'm not going to trade on it.
So I think women are often faced with choices that are really impossible choices, and that's not true.
Marilyn, my next question, I'll start with you. So, very famous, much talked about article in the Atlantic magazine, Why Women Still Can't Have It All. So in that, Anne-Marie Slaughter says we should stop fooling ourselves, that work-life balance is a myth. She characterizes the cliched formulas for success frequently used. I put career first, this kind of thing, kind of poo-poos all of that and says we really need to face the reality that that's a myth and that's not happening and we can't have it all. What are your thoughts on this? Can we have it all?
Well, it seems like that's the raging debate, and I think that balance is in the eye of the beholder. So it's self-defined based on what your expectations are. And I look at balance, at least in my own life, is not day to day. If I consider every relationship I have and every responsibility that I have, on any given day, you're not going to find balance in my life if the expectation is I'm being equal part mother, I'm being equal part daughter, I'm being equal part employee, et cetera, et cetera. So I tend to look at things as seasons. In one quarter, I may hunker down because I've got some major initiatives at work that I need to get accomplished. Another quarter, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm a community servant, and so these are the initiatives that I'm undertaking this quarter. Another quarter, it's going to be, you know, my kids are getting ready to go off to college, and I want to be present for that. So, and I don't want to have anybody walk out the room and say it's got to be quarter by quarter, but I think you get the drift that it's really relative to seasons, and I think the whole debate around this balance comes in when we start talking about caregiving. And you don't see this debate until that element gets introduced into the conversation. But I think in fairness to even men, if in their definition of balance, it was to include being primarily responsible for caregiving, you wouldn't hear